Hard & Stall 1992 split effective communication into 7 main components: completeness, consideration, courtesy, conciseness, clarity, concreteness, and correctness. These are called the 7 C's of communication. Nestle demonstrates strengths in completeness, consideration, and courtesy. For example, when communicating a change in systems to Visual Fabric, the leadership team first informed the teams who would be made redundant by the change and offered a plan consisting of new roles they would move into, showing consideration. Courtesy was shown when they gave them time to digest this information before eventually sharing it with the wider workforce. However, there are areas for improvement at Nestle. The remaining C's, conciseness, clarity, concreteness, and correctness, could be improved upon. This could be done by giving more detail and rationale to employees for reasons behind strategic decisions like cost price increases. These impact internal teams and all customers. Improving communication would enhance transparency and credibility with stakeholders, therefore operating more efficiently and building more trusting relationships externally and motivating employees. Another theory about effective communication is Grice's cooperative principle. The cooperative principle emphasises understanding and communication. It consists of 4 principles: quality, quantity, relevance, and manner. These align with the clarity, completeness, and conciseness aspects of the 7 C's theory. When dealing with a crisis, these are important principles to apply. Tracy Dickerson from Zurich gives some context on these. For example, ensuring stakeholder management. Correct stakeholder management and contingency planning are crucial for making sure there are no surprises to any stakeholders, and you are rational and able to reassure when communicating. Always using the correct channels, for example, face-to-face, email, newsletters, or websites, and managing this correctly depending on the context of the situation to never let anyone find out anything from another outlet. However, there are limitations to this principle. Implicit expectations may not be clear or shared by all communicators. Cultural and linguistic differences can impact communication styles. This could be an issue for Nestle as it is a multinational company. Power dynamics can also affect communication. Recognising these limitations and adapting communication strategies accordingly is vital for effective communication. This can be done by ensuring you have the right individuals lined up to communicate when issues occur. Establish facts and ensure you understand all the facts about what is going on so you can explain it clearly. Who is involved, what happened, and how you're going to inform your stakeholders are all important things to ensure quality, relevance, and manner. Colleen Agahama offered a solution of the communications planner to manage transactions and the way to communicate, ensuring that you can plan for all the correct situations. Culture plays a significant role in shaping corporate communication strategies and practices. It influences how messages are crafted, interpreted, and received by different audiences. Handy's 4 major organisational culture types discusses this by fitting organisational culture into 4 types: power, role, task, person, culture. Task culture is relevant to Nestle as it's known for its diverse range of products and brands, and it operates in a highly competitive and dynamic industry. This helps effectively manage this diversity and adapt to changing consumer preferences. Nestle often forms cross-functional teams to handle specific projects, allowing for flexibility and quick adaptation, encouraging collaboration and knowledge sharing among employees to address various tasks. This is a mix of task and person culture. This culture aligns with Nestle's need for flexibility in a rapidly changing market. While Nestle is dominated by task culture, role culture is seen in the organisational structure, particularly in terms of the traditional top-down hierarchy within Nestle. Having been in 2 different functions, I've been able to experience the differences within Nestle and how culture plays a part in communication. Within supply chain, the culture is very task-orientated, so therefore the communication style tends to be brief and operational focus. This can be difficult for some people and not adapt to their personal needs of communication and lead to demotivation. Whereas in sales, the culture is much more person-focused, so conversations often stray away from their operations. This can sometimes be negative as the conversations aren't always time efficient. However, Nestle has recently embraced innovative and agile approaches in the acquisitions of startup businesses. I recently visited the Mindful Chef offices. This is one of Nestle's small startup acquisitions. Being a small organisation makes communicating easier, and things are passed on a lot quicker through the grapevine, and small changes arguably affect people a lot more because they find themselves closer together and more passionate about the business, which makes communication easier, making it a horizontal structure and therefore more of a person-based culture. Communication within Nestle must be done on a more delicate scale, however, as they have a much wider stakeholder base, making the structure more tall. Nestle must brief the way they communicate large piece of information by running it by BEOs and SLTs. In Colleen Agahama's session, she discussed that line managers are employees' most trusted source of information and are relied upon heavily to communicate information, meaning hearing from leadership teams may not always be the best use of culture or communication. The cultural web developed by Johnson and Scholes is a model that helps analyse and understand the culture of an organisation. It consists of 6 elements: stories, symbols, power structures, control systems, organisational structures, and rituals and routines. These elements shape the culture of a company. It is clear that Nestlé has rituals and routines, for example, WORs, weekly operational reviews, and DORs for checking in. These are good because they keep everyone connected and integrated. Nestlé has a clear leadership team with levels of authority, which in their organisational structure creates a hierarchy, giving it a perceived power culture. That is how Nestlé, a corporate company, communicates. Thank you for listening.